What do you think will get cheaper in price in 2024 despite inflation? TBF, actual inflation is negligible in the US now 3.1. That said, consumer prices are still up. This is partially due to greedflation, corporations using inflation as a foil to raise prices. This is evidenced by soaring profits in 2023. If it were inflation, those profits would be eaten by rising costs. It is also partially due to high interest rates. This influences variable interest rates like credit card debt. So, the hope is the government will step in and threaten excess profits tax. Also, it would help if we made stock buybacks legal again, as they should be. Everyone is traveling and shopping in record numbers. Stocks are doing well. Companies are still posting profits. That money is coming from somewhere. It's being spent in record numbers by someone. Actually, a lot of someones. People say they're concerned about inflation, but economic decisions speak much louder than the ideological perspectives of people. Most of us are doing better than fine, and inflation isn't what we're really concerned about. It just sounds smart when you say it. Core inflation is already back down to the standard 2 that we lived with for the longest time. So there isn't really a despite inflation needed here. The crazy inflation we were seeing is gone, and people just don't see it because of new, higher prices. But they're not rising the same way any longer. A better framing would be, what will return to pre-2022 prices? Likely nothing or very few things emo, but prices will be steady at their new levels for a while, I bet. Things that stuck? Current prices are here to stay. If they decrease, that is deflation, and means really bad things are happening. Inflation has been around forever, and you've been living with it your entire life. To help others, I will list down key items mostly people mentioned so far. We'll keep updating if there is anything new. Cars, used cars, weed, dollar, designer stuff, electronics, SSD, labor, gas, OnlyFans, crypto. Just FYI, if you have this 1996 Jonathan Taylor Thomas calendar, the dates match up with 2024, so you can use it again. There's a formula to calculate if something will be cheaper: item 2024 price, item 2023 price. X any items where X is negative are cheaper in 2024. So you can just calculate it and see, no need to guess. Electric cars, in a way, huge government rebate on them right now. Federal tax credit is worth $7,500 and you can receive it immediately. If you're in CA, you get another $5,000 on top of that. Drugs. Both because the government has negotiated or competing with. Then if you go to dispensaries, they seems to have been stepping up the buy one get one for a penny promos. Honestly, nothing. Everything has been so badly managed that the only time we will see prices lower is close to the election, and that would be temporary at best. Gas will get cheaper despite inflation. BC the US production is going up, but the Biden regime won't talk about it. BC they don't want the Greenies to get mad. Eggs are finally coming down in price. What they were a year ago was ridiculous, but now they're back to normal and it seems it should stabilize. What? You mean the baked-in inflation that's the lifeblood of capitalism? Or the Trump MAGA fake inflation that so many cultists rage about? It's an election year. Interest rates are about to come down so the sitting president can squeeze out a few more votes. It happens every time. Dying? Lol, just joking, as right now, at least where I live, horse meat is getting lower and lower and I enjoy buying it even more for ants. Gas to try to fool the voters. Then after the election, if the current administration stays in office at least, the price will go back up. Nothing ever gets cheaper. Nothing. Minimum wage will increase, the cost of living will too. It's a trap game of Dutch door action. My friends, if anything is broadly getting cheaper, it means the economy has entered a recession. That isn't going to happen. Virtually everything besides housing in some major cities will come down just like they have the last 6 months of 2023. Probably nothing will get cheaper in terms of things you buy. But how people think and act, that might change a lot. Lol. Solar panels. They are the cheapest they have ever been and are still sliding down in price for a variety of reasons. Legal weed, its new market. It's super expensive in most places, but give it a bit and its prices will plummet. It might be hopeful to say, but honestly in the next few years I feel like car prices are going to drop. A house. Wait until people refuse to pay a premium that homeowner want when rates come down. Gas. Seems like it's been consistently falling for the last 6-8 months where I live. MN. Gender transition surgeries for children. Democrats are really pushing for those. Salary. Companies will likely be able to hire us cheaper despite the inflation. Lamb finally coming down. Won't be for long, as shortage will be excuse soon. A 2023 calendar would work perfectly in 2034. The days of the week will align. TV, RAM, graphics, electronics overall. Fast fashion, clothes, cars, travel. Same as I post in all of these types of threads. The cost of human labor, travel. By Q3 hotels and airfare will finally be back to normal levels. Big electronics and other industries that can't hold on to inventory. Nintendo Switch, because the successor is rumored to come out in 2024. Everything will be made cheaper, but nothing will be less expensive. Gas will rise back up a bit but plummet again mid-2024. I feel like I couldn't find any. Your mom posts very disappointed Reddit. Luxury goods such as watches, designer clothing, bags etc. M.2 drives won't be long before 4 TB drives are under $150. Labor, wages aren't necessarily keeping up with inflation. After April 2024 eclipse classes. Until the next one, T-Rump merchandise will drop precipitously in November. Our collective data. The value of human lives.